All right, so we have a really good episode for you today. Today we're going to talk about a milestone that we hit today. All right, so longest time we talked about, kind of getting up to a certain point. Today's the first time we ever hit $100,000 in our portfolio, so that's doing really good. That being said, definitely want to celebrate that. That being said, our total market value for once we take everything into consideration is just a little bit shy of 80,000. And when we got in June, we looked at our portfolio, and the high that it got to was June 8th was about 81,000. So we're almost close to an all-time high at this point. But being up where we're at is definitely a nice thing. We're up 140% overall. Today uniquely was a good day. Just some trailing indicators for some stocks that got into a little bit late today. We'll talk about that, and then we'll talk about some ones that dropped back, which we did predict was going to happen yesterday. So Reading International, basically a movie theater company. They call themselves an entertainment and a real estate company, probably because they own the ground that the multiplex cinemas are on. But they also own commercial real estate. So my guess is they probably own the whole shopping center and lease it out to different places. They went up 16% today, so that was really good. On the movie front, again, AMC. Oh, actually, they went down. We'll talk about them in a little bit. But that was really the only notable one that went up today. So with that being said, ones that went down, we saw some pullback today. AMC went down 6.9. Of course, they went up. For the week, they're up like 43%. So very, very small pullback for them. Cruise ships, Norwegian Cruise Line went down 6%. Again, probably profit taking from that sector. Carnival Cruise Lines went down 13%. Same thing. All right. Viper Energy. Oh, we need to move this over here. Viper Energy, an oil stock, went up 13% today. They do acquisition. Let's get this. Acquisition of oil and natural gas properties. In North America. They're in Midland, Texas, so they're going to be West Texas drilling. So that's a good sign. That's going to push Yuko up, and we'll talk about that in a second as well. Let's see. Therapeutics MD, biotech company, 78% buy, which, is a great thing, but, they don't follow COVID much at all directly. They do developing, commercializing products for women. Typically, it's going to be skin creams and acne treatments and things like that. So that went down today. Condor Hospitality Trust, they're a real estate REIT. They do limited service, extended stay, and compact full-service hotels. So think of if somebody moves to a new city, gets transferred, and they need to stay in a place that has a bed and a restaurant and pretty much everything they need there, has a kitchen, and anyway, just think of it like a hotel with a suite, like a motel with a suite. So they went down 12.52%. So not really sure why. This is kind of just a different, industry than really would be affected by COVID. But if we look at them for the week, they're still up 10%. So we just saw they got up to 28% for the week, and they just had a pullback. So not a big deal. We predicted that yesterday, like we said. Children's Place down 7%. But if we look at them for the week, they're still up 15%. And at their high yesterday, they were up 30%. So again, just pullback. Nothing really, huge there. Just people taking their profits, short-term traders, swing traders, things like that. Let's see. So we'll skip this. We'll go to our spreadsheet. Talk about some things we did yesterday. So yesterday, after our video got shot, we added a sell for PBF. This is one of our oil stocks. Took kind of a bigger hit than I thought it was going to do before coming back in the black. So with $5,000 on the line, I would say that we probably have a better place to invest it. So basically, once it hits $7, then we are slated to sell. It's at $6.61. And with that being said, let's take a look at where it got to. So let's take a look at PBF. Let's see how high it got to today. I'm going to guess 665 if I had to guess. All right, so we'll load this up, get the chart up. 687, so it almost got up to our sell. And then we saw some profit taking on there. So once it gets to 7, we'll sell that out. And are we selling the whole thing? 850. Yep, we're selling the whole thing. Free up some cash on that. So that should happen pretty soon. Just some updates on our other sell limit orders. XAN, which is a commercial REIT. That's probably our biggest laggard, but it's definitely making a comeback. I mean, it was down like 35, 40%. It's now 19. We bought it at 321 and it's at 260. So once it gets back up to 321, we're still planning on liquidating the stock and reinvesting that money in there. So that'll be another $4,000 in our pocket. Yuko, which we had talked about before, a little trailing indicator for oil stocks. That one got up to 28.66, so just a tad shy of our cost basis, but we're not selling it for our cost basis once it gets over to 32 because we still believe it's a really good stock. We're going to sell a little bit of it, free up $4,000. IVR, this one was close today. Let's take a look at IVR. All right, so this one, we have a sell price of 340. Currently, it closed at 326 today. And for IVR, it got up to 329. I did know that. Why didn't I know that? I did know that. So once it gets up to 340, which will happen pretty soon, we're not going to sell all of it. We currently have 1,920 shares. We're just going to sell 420, keep it around 1,500 shares. So we're basically selling a quarter of them just to free up another $1,500. So these are probably going to happen sooner than we thought, which is good news. That'll free up about $15,000 so we can reinvest. From there, we decided to add Helix, mainly because I looked at the upside. And of all the stocks that we don't own, this has a nice little buy rating. 78% of the people on Benzinga rated it as a buy. So it's done pretty well in the past, so we'll figure if we can get it. If it drops down low, then great. If not, it goes up, so be it. I'm not too worried about that. So that one's in there as well. As far as other stocks we're looking at, we could do Texas Hospitality. I'm still considering that, so we'll put a note right here. Texas Hospitality. Because I owned that before, that's fine. Also, Condor went up today. So let's take a look at Condor. All right, so let's make sure we're adding Condor to our list. And again, this one dropped. Part of it is this one dropped 12.5%. Oh, I have Condor over here. And they do self-administered real estate trust, which means they own all the properties they own, and they open it up as a trust. So they're the extended stay and compact full service hotel. To get more information on the sales cheat code, go ahead and click on the subscribe button below. Also, down below in the video description, down there, there's a link that takes you to our website that gives you additional content, some additional freebies that we have, and gives you information on some programs that we have that have been proven to help people to make sales easy so that you can make the kind of money you want, live the lifestyle that you've always wanted, and not have to struggle in the process. And what might be the coolest thing of all is you don't have to put much effort into it. It truly is a cheat code that most people don't know about. And it's a cheat code that can change your life today. So click on the link below and let me help you start to experience these results starting right now.